In Ridley Scott's Gladiator, the journey of Maximus Decimus Meridius isn't just an epic tale of vengeance, honor, and courage. It's a symbolic journey that resonates deeply with themes of faith, sacrifice, and eternal justice.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
Gladiator feels almost biblical,
Oh, yes.
with characters that take on archetypal roles and stories that whisper of something more than just earthly glory.
There's no one left to fight, sire.
There is always someone left to fight.
Today, let's dive into how Maximus mirrors Jesus Christ, how Marcus Aurelius might represent God the Father, and how Commodus serves as a devilish figure who embodies envy, rage, and rebellion. And as we peel back the layers, we'll see how Maximus's faith and belief in something greater than himself echoes the film's core message.
What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Hello, I'm Kevin Harris, and I help people understand themselves by helping them understand the stories that resonate with them. Let's start with Marcus Aurelius, played by Richard Harris, aka Dumbledore. Marcus is depicted as a wise, almost otherworldly figure. His moral authority feels absolute, and he's grappling with the weakness and darker nature of his own son, Commodus. There's an unmistakable echo of God the Father here. He sees goodness in Maximus,
You're the son that I should have had.
almost like a divine calling, and he even wants Maximus to inherit the leadership of Rome. Much like God commissioning Christ for a greater purpose, Marcus entrusts Maximus with a mission to restore the Republic and guide the people with honor. But Maximus, like Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, doesn't want this fate.
Won't you accept this great honor that I have offered you?
With all my heart, no.
He longs to return to his family, to live a peaceful life away from violence and power.
That is why it must be you.
Maximus doesn't relish the brutal task ahead of him. It's not his ambition, it's his burden, one he carries only because of his deep loyalty to Marcus and his belief in justice.
I will always serve Rome.
This struggle too reflects Christ's prayer to avoid drinking the bitter cup, yet accepting it for a higher purpose. Now let's talk about Commodus. If Marcus symbolizes a divine authority, Commodus embodies rebellion, self-centeredness, and jealousy, a character who aligns neatly with what many might see as a devilish archetype. In the film, Commodus is consumed by envy for Maximus.
You loved my father, I know. But so did I. That makes us brothers, doesn't it?
Jealous of the honor and love his father shows to the general. Commodus's tantrums, desperation for attention, and violent outbursts parallel descriptions of Satan's jealousy and wrath. He's petty, impulsive, and insecure, qualities that place him in stark contrast to Maximus, who is steadfast and honorable even under unimaginable pressure. Commodus, much like Satan, ultimately betrays what's good in order to satisfy his own hunger for power. When he condemns Maximus to death, he assumes he's removed this threat for good. But just as the devil couldn't destroy Jesus' influence, Commodus can't extinguish Maximus' spirit. The general returns, seemingly as though he has been raised from the dead, a resurrected figure, alive in the Colosseum, fighting for his beliefs, and in many ways bringing a new sense of hope to the Roman people.
I'm Maximus, the savior of Rome!
Here we get an almost ironic take on the ancient phrase, bread in circuses or
Games.
bread in games theme, a saying that describes how the Roman Empire kept the masses content.
He'll bring them death. And they will love him for it.
In the scene where bread is tossed to the crowds, we could see this as a twisted allusion to Jesus feeding the 5,000. But instead of nourishment for the spirit, this bread feeds only their temporary hunger, a reminder of how shallow this society has become.
Are you not entertained?
One of the more memorable images of Maximus is his ritual of rubbing dirt on his hands before each fight, reminding himself that outside of family, honor, and duty, everything else is fleeting.
Whisper to them I live only to hold them again, for all else is dust and air.
For him, this act is more than superstition. It's his way of connecting to what he values, his family and his immortal home.
We mortals are but shadows and dust.
This devotion to his family points to a greater theme in Gladiator, the eternal nature of family bonds. Just as Christ spoke of a heavenly home, Maximus often finds solace in his memories of home, believing that one day he'll reunite with them in an afterlife.
Can they hear you?
Who?
Your family in the afterlife.
Oh, yes.
More than just vengeance, he acts out of duty to the dream and dying wish of the father-like emperor he so loved. His unwavering belief that what we do in life echoes in eternity drives his actions. It's the source of his strength, his resilience, and his ultimate ability to inspire others.
If you find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face, do not be troubled. For you are in Elysium, and you're already dead!
He has descended below all, so that he can raise up all. If Maximus didn't believe in this afterlife, would he have acted with such honor and courage? Would he have become the figure so beloved by the Roman people and his troops? Would he have fought on when he was clearly defeated? Likely not. His success is tied to his faith in something larger than himself, a purpose beyond power or survival.
People should know when they're conquered.
Would you, Quintus? Would I?
For someone like Maximus, defeat is impossible, because he's already won. His values are intact, his honor is unwavering, and his hope is eternal. Even when he's forced to kill in the Colosseum, he approaches each battle with integrity, embodying mercy and compassion. His actions, even in the brutal arena, remind us of Christ's teachings on turning the other cheek and loving one's enemies. Maximus isn't driven simply by hatred for Commodus or vengeance alone.
And I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next.
His motives stem from loyalty, justice, and love for his family.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius.
And yet, like Jesus, Maximus doesn't accept the glory for himself. All of his victories as general, every act of strength, he deflects back to Marcus Aurelius,
They honor you, Caesar.
the one who set him on his path. Just as Jesus said that he came to glorify God the Father, Maximus aims to honor Marcus Aurelius' vision for Rome. He understands that he's a vessel for a purpose greater than his own desires. This humility not only earns him the respect of the crowd, but secures his legacy as a leader. In Maximus's final scene, we see him bleeding in the Colosseum, his life slipping away as he envisions his family waiting for him. It's the perfect conclusion to a life spent in service, where he's not so much defeated as he is set free. He has done the task given to him, and he has done it with honor. He is now finally able to return home. Gladiator reminds us that while the earthly powers of the world might change, the choices we make, the people we love, and the values we uphold, they are eternal. For Maximus, victory in both war and the Colosseum was never just about conquering an enemy. It was about reuniting with his family in a life beyond, a hope that propelled him to greatness. And that is the moral of the story. If you enjoyed this video, consider sharing it with a friend. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.